everyone, and welcome to Sweet Pieces Inspirations. My name is Sydney and welcome to my Mystery Crochet-A-Long. If you haven't checked out the introduction for this Mystery Crochet-A-Long, please feel free to do that. That kind of goes over everything in a nutshell, from dates to yarn to any other information that you are going to need. So are you guys ready for clue number 1? So clue number 1 is snow is glistening. The yarn that I'm going to be using for clue number 1 is the Lion Brand's Scarfie in the color Oxford/Claret. You are going to need at least half of this skein, if not a little bit more than half. And you are also going to need your secondary color if you decide to change colors, which is what I'm going to be using. Is I love this yarn in the color Ivory. You are also going to need a 5mm hook as well, and also scissors and a tapestry or darning needle. So I think that is it as far as what you need for clue number 1. Go ahead and chain up 84 stitches plus 2, which will give you 86. You can either do a chain foundation or a chainless foundation. I prefer the chainless foundation method, but that is completely up to you. And once you have gotten that completed, we can go ahead and start on row number 1. After you have gotten your chain of 84, you're going to chain 2. And now in your chain spaces, we are going to do a extended half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, go inside of that very first stitch. We are going to pull through that stitch. We're going to yarn over again, pull through 1. And then now you should have 3 loops on your hook, and we are going to pull through all 3. So that is an extended half double crochet. I'll share with you guys one more time of how to do that. So again, go ahead and yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over again and pull through that stitch. We're going to pull through 1. And then we're going to pull through 2. So we are going to continue repeating that until you have a total of 84 extended half double crochets, which should be in each of your chain stitches that we made. For row number 2, go ahead and chain 2. And in each of these stitches, we are going to place a half double crochet. And once you have made it to the end of row number 2, you should have 84 half double crochets. For row number 3, which we are going to be on the right side of our work, we're going to chain 2. And in each of these stitches, we are going to place a half double crochet in that very last loop, which is that 3rd loop. So you've got 2 loops right here, and then you have that very last loop. We're going to place a half double crochet into that loop. So again, you've got 2 loops here and then a loop back here. We're going to go into that very back loop and just place a half double crochet in each of the stitches until you have made it to the end. Again, you should have 84 stitches. Row number 4 is going to be our last row before we start on our 4-row repeat. So go ahead and chain 2. Turn your work. We are going to be on the wrong side of our work now, and go ahead and place a half double crochet in each stitch. Again, go ahead and place a half double crochet in each stitch, and you should have a total of 84 stitches. Once we have this row completed, we are going to start on the 4-row repeat. For row number 5, which is going to be our 1st row repeat, we're going to start off with a chain 2, and then the next 2 stitches we are going to place a half double crochet in each. Now, part of this row we are going to be working the 2 rows below, so we're going to be working in row 3, which is right above the ribbing that you see right here. And it's going to be easier later on working through the repeating rows to figure out exactly where you need to place your stitches. But for row 1, it's going to be a little bit tricky figuring out exactly where we need to place our stitches. So what I do, we're going to go ahead and do a treble crochet. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip these 2 stitches right here where we already have our half double crochets. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches because we're going to come back to those. So we're going to go to the next 2 stitches right above our ribbing, and we're going to place a front post treble stitch in both of those posts. So go ahead and place both of your front post treble stitches in those posts. And then we're going to come back to those 2 posts that we ended up skipping over. So it's going to be if you're looking at it this way, it's going to be the 3rd and 4th stitch right above that ribbing. So go ahead and place a front post treble, and we're going to go over top of the 2 that we just made. So that is the first part of the repeat unit for the first row. And we're going to skip, so where we have these 2 half double crochets that we made at the beginning, we're going to skip these 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go into that 5th stitch because where we did these trebles, that's going to count for these stitches here. So go ahead and place in that 5th stitch, place a half double crochet, and we're going to do that 3 more times in the next 3 stitches. So you will have a total of 4 half double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we are going to repeat that again. So how I figure out exactly where I need to place in row 3 is I will count 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in that 5th post, that is where that's where the starting point of these 4 stitches are going to be. So I'm going to skip those 4 plus those 2, so you'll be skipping 6, and then I'm going to go into that 7th and 8th post and place a treble crochet. And then I'm going to go back to those 2 that I skipped, and I'm going to place a front post treble crochet into those as well. Again, we're going to cross over top of the 2 that we just made. And that is the repeat unit. So this is what it's going to start looking like. So it's got a little bit of a cabling going on here. So again, what I do is I skip these 4 stitches that are back here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I go into that 5th stitch and place a half double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So we are going to repeat that for the remaining of the first row repeat. So again, this is about what your first row repeat, which is also row 5, is going to start looking like. So go ahead and continue that. And then I'll show you how to do the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th row repeat. For the first row repeat, again, this is row number 5, we are going to leave off with 6 half double crochets, and you should have a total of 10 of these crossovers. So once you have gotten all of that completed, we can go ahead and chain 2, turn our work, and this is going to be the 2nd row repeat, which is now row number 6, and go ahead and place a half double crochet in each stitch. And once you have gotten the 2nd row repeat completed, you should have a total of 84 stitches. Please don't forget to get all these stitches right here, these 4 stitches where we did the crossovers. Try not to miss any of those stitches. but you should have a total of 84 once you have gotten this row completed. For the third row repeat, go ahead and chain 2 and place a half double crochet in the next 6 stitches. So now we're going to do pretty much the same thing that we did down here, but you can start to see exactly where you need to place those crossovers. So they are going to be in between these crossovers here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and, so you'll have 4 stitches here. We're going to go into these last 2 stitches and go ahead and place a treble crochet, making sure you are going 2 rows down. So this is going to be in that first row repeat that we did. So the same row that those first crossovers are. So go ahead and place a treble crochet, front post treble crochets into those 2 last stitches of the 4 grouping, and then go ahead and go back over top and place your front post treble crochets in the 2 that we did skip. So then we are going to again skip these 4 back ones, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, go into that 5th stitch and go ahead and place a half double crochet into the next 4 stitches, which should be over top of this crossover. And then again, we are going to do the exact same thing. So again, in this 4 grouping, go to the 2 last stitches and go ahead and place a front post treble crochet into those 2 last ones, and then go to the 2 that we skipped over and place a front post treble crochet crossing over the front, making sure you skip these 4 back stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we are going to, in that 5th one, go ahead and place a half double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So go ahead and repeat that for the 2nd row repeat, and then I'll meet you once I have made it to the end. For the 4th row repeat, you should leave off with 2 half double crochets, and you should have a total of 10 of these crossovers. So go ahead and repeat the 4 row repeats until you have a total of 11 of these crossovers. So we've already got 2 here, so you'll just continue until you have a total of 11 of these, or can count 11 of these. And you should leave off on the 2nd row repeat, and then I'm going to meet you once you are completed with all of these. So this is roughly what your project should start to look like. Again, you will leave off on the 2nd row repeat, which is just half double crochets straight across. And so now we are going to somewhat finish this up. So we are going to go ahead and start off with a chain of 2, and then we are going to place a half double crochet into this stitch, but we are going to go into that very back loop. So where we did the ribbing at the very beginning, we are going to now do the same thing and start off with a ribbing as well. So go ahead and do a half double crochet into that very back loop, and you should have a total of 84 stitches once you have gotten this completed. And then I will meet you for the end of this row. For the next row, go ahead and chain 2, turn your work, and then go ahead and place a half double crochet in each stitch. Again, you should have 84 stitches. And then after we have this row completed, we are going to work on some lace. And if you want to, you can go ahead and change your color after this row. That is completely optional and up to you, which I will be changing mine to a cream color. So just go ahead and continue placing a half double crochet in each stitch. Again, 84 stitches, and then I will meet you for the lace, which is going to be the last part for the first part of our mystery crochet-along. If you would like to go ahead and switch your yarn color, that is completely optional. You don't have to, but we're going to start on the part that we are going to do in between each section or each parts. This is going to be the lace section. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off with the chain 1, and then we are going to place a single crochet into that same space. And then we are going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and place a single crochet into that 4th stitch. Again, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip 3, 1, 2, and 3, and place a single crochet into that 4th stitch. So go ahead and continue repeating this, and then we will work on the next row. You should have a single crochet in that last stitch. So for the repeating row for our lace part, we're going to chain up 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go ahead and turn our work. Go into the 3rd chain from in the chain 5 from the previous row and make a double crochet. And now we are going to do a double crochet, treble crochet, and a double crochet in 3 different bases all together. So first, go ahead and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go into that same space, and we're going to start off doing a double crochet, but don't finish that off because we're doing a double crochet, treble crochet, and a double crochet all together, but in 3 different bases. So you'll leave off with 2 loops on your hook. Now yarn over twice, go into the single crochet from the previous row, and we're going to yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and now we should have 3 loops on our hook. We are going to go into the 3rd chain of the chain 5, and we are going to do a double crochet. So yarn over, draw up a loop, and pull through 1. So now you should have 4 loops on our hook, and we are going to pull through all 4 of those together. So that is going to be our double crochet, treble, double crochet all together in 3 different bases. So again, the repeat unit is going to be chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go into that same space and start off with a double crochet, but don't finish that. So yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over twice, go into that single crochet from the previous row, yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over once, find that 3rd chain from the previous row, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through 2. So now you have 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4. So we are going to continue repeating that for the remaining of our lace. I'm going to work this up a little bit and come back and let you know how many rows you need to do. We're going to do the lace just a total of 2 times, and I'm going to show you how to end off the lace because I didn't show that. And when you go to do the 2nd row, you're going to start it like you did the 1st row. So you'll start off with the chain 4 and then continue from there. So I'm going to go ahead and do my last cluster, which I've already got my double crochet chain 5. So I'm going to do my double crochet, treble crochet, double crochet all together, but in different bases. So I've already got that started. My treble is going to be worked in the cluster from the previous row. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then the double crochet is going to be worked in that chain 3 space. So we'll combine all 3 of those together. And then we are going to chain 5. And then we are going to place a double crochet. And in that very last stitch, which is going to be that chain 4 space that we made at the very beginning, we're going to do a double crochet, treble crochet 2 together. And that is how we are going to finish off our rows. But that is it for part 1. If you're enjoying this mystery crochet along so far, please don't forget to give this video a like, share, comment, or subscribe, but also come back for part 2, which is going to be released next Sunday, and you'll figure out what the next clue is. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me. My email will be down in the description box, and I will see you guys next week.